All right, you probably heard the rumor. Nicolás Maduro, the president of Venezuela, is offering a $50 million reward to whoever releases or reveals or leaks the Epstein-files. And in turn, Donald Trump has offered a reward on his head, or a bounty on Maduro's head, for $50 million. Now, I'm going to give you a little tidbit of information, and we've been covering it here on the channel since 2018. Something happened in 2018. Venezuela had an election. And yes, they did. It was Falcone. And it was Nicolás Maduro. And whichever party member had less America involvement won the election for Venezuela. So the less American involvement you had, you're guaranteed to win the election. So they found a little bit of stuff on Falcone, and he had to drop out of the race, and basically Nicolás Maduro won by a landslide in 2018. Why am I bringing this up, folks? Because they kept spinning the pro-Maduro rallies as anti-Maduro rallies. And what did America do? Well, America knocked on someone's door and said, hey, wake up. Yes, you are now president of Venezuela. Who are we talking about? Guaido. A 28 or 27 degree Mason knocked on his door and said, you won the election. You are now president of Venezuela. And he went to Washington. He wore a Venezuela hat in Washington, and everybody praised him at the White House as being the legitimate winner of the 2018 election in Venezuela. But here's the problem with that. That election in Venezuela, Falcone versus Maduro, was heavily scrutinized, heavily visualized, heavily watched by 50 different countries. And they made sure there was no cheating going on. They made sure they had people from Poland, Australia, New Zealand, from all over the world participating in this Venezuela election as the most transparent election in the history from 2018 past. So, from its history. So what did they do? Americans didn't like the outcome. So what did they do? They knocked on someone's door named Guaido and said, hey, you are now president of Venezuela. 6 months after the whole fiasco, they kind of swept it under the rug, and Guaido no longer exists anymore, or never was the president of Venezuela. Imagine getting a knock at the door at 3 in the morning and being told you are president of your country. You weren't on the pollsters. You weren't on the ballot. You didn't even run. So this conflict between the United States and Venezuela has been going on forever. But I like to bring up these 2018 or older discussions that we've been discussing and covering on this channel to wake people up on how dirty these games get. Let me know if you remember Guaido. Let me know if you voted for Guaido. Let me know if he was on the pollsters down in Venezuela. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.